What's up, Skullbells TV? In this video, the simplest and most cost-effective way that you can make bone broth. It's actually a favorite of mine, my daughter's, and many of our clients, especially those that are on the lion diet. All you will need is a crock pot, some water, some salt, and of course, some bones. This is what I call the minimalist way to prepare it because the objective is to use as few ingredients as possible to get the most out of your bone broth. Aside from being a delicious snack or a part of a larger meal, there are three main reasons why we include this in our diet regularly and recommend that you do the same. Number one is glucosamine. It's good for our joints, right? Everybody knows that. Too many bodybuilding athletes actually, in my opinion, stop a couple reps short in their workouts and their sets because their joints hurt when the targeted muscle probably could have made it another couple reps. Our goal is to have big muscles and healthy joints, right? Glucosamine is found in connective tissues that cushion joints. Your best sources are going to be things like shellfish and salmon, and there's lots of glucosamine supplements on the market as well, but it makes the most sense to me to get it naturally instead of processed in a pill, right? Number two is amino acids. There are 18 amino acids in bone broth. That is way more than most BCAA supplements. We're just being practical here, right? And number three is collagen. So type 2 collagen, more specifically, is found in your gut lining, your joints, and your cartilage. And what it does is it helps to build and promote healthy connective tissues, acting as the glue that holds your body together. Currently, I am making sure to have it on days when I am weight training 2 or more days in a row consecutively, which is pretty much most days. So like most days, I'm drinking a cup of this like 5 days a week. This has been working miracles for my recovery. Your ingredients, number one, first and foremost, is going to be bones. Any bones, really. The best bones are beef marrow bones for sure. Those are my favorite from like local butcher shops. You can use chicken bones. You can use pork bones. The rule in our house and with all of our clients is to save all the bones from all the meats in your meal plan. And like even when you go out to eat. So think of things like chicken wings, ribs. If you get like a rotisserie chicken or something from Costco, you can use the bones from that carcass. On Thanksgiving, we use all of the turkey bones, all the ham bones, and we just put them all together. It makes really, really nice bone broth. So throw all your bones into a gallon freezer bag. And then as soon as that gallon freezer bag fills up, that's about the right amount of bones that you're going to need for this broth. So in this video, we are going to be using rib bones from a deer that I shot with my AR-15 at the end of our last hunting season. Number two is salt. More on the specific types of salt at the end of this video. And then optional is seasonings. Our favorite seasonings when we do use them are Herby, Creole, and Super Base, all from Celtic Sea Salt. Super Base has a nice mushroom blend in it. You can get all of those at Selena's website, which is selenanaturally.com. All right, so the instructions. Number one is we're actually going to roast the bones first. So this breaks down the bone tissues so that the water will get sucked out of, so that the marrow will get sucked out of the bones when we slow cook it in the water. It's going to be about an hour for 350 degrees. You might have to play around with it a little bit, but that's usually what works best for us with our oven that we use. It should look overcooked by the time that it's done, and that is totally okay if it burns a little bit. Better to overdo it than to underdo it in this case. So step number two is we're going to place the bones into the slow cooker. All right, so we're going to fill it with water until all the bones are covered. You don't want to put too much more water in that because then it's just going to be like a real watery bone broth. But you definitely want to make sure that all the bones are covered. So that's about as much thought as I put into that part of it. Add your salts and your seasonings in right now, and then you're going to set it on low and cook for 24 hours. You can also use a pressure cooker, and that'll get the job done a little bit faster, but we use a crock pot, and that works just fine. If you are on contest prep or if you are dieting to get leaner, do not fret over the details of the protein amounts in this one. I do not believe this will spike insulin the same way that eating protein or drinking a protein shake will. No way. Save what you have left over. So when you put it in the refrigerator, it'll separate out between the broth and the fat. It's like the watery part and then the fat. So from there, you can separate the fat. And I just assume that it has a similar fat content to butter. So I always weigh it out just like butter when I'm on contest prep, and that's been working fine. All right, and then the fun part, the nerdy part, the salts. So we use Baja Gold natural grain salt as well as Celtic sea salt, pink potassium cave salt, and here's why. Reason number one is magnesium, because Baja Gold has a lower sodium content and a crazy high magnesium content. Check out session number 33 of our nutrition podcast, Carnivore Coaches Corner, where Michael Selek, the CEO, and I discuss their history, their sourcing methods, and the outstanding trace mineral profile of a very delicious sea salt. Salt number two is Celtic sea salt, pink potassium cave salt, not to be confused with pink Himalayan salt. So pink Himalayan salt is usually loaded with heavy toxic metals. A personal ethical reason that I don't use pink Himalayan salt is because most sources of pink Himalayan salt are actually from anti-Semitic countries, meaning they hate Israel. Trust me, I looked it up. So yeah, if you hate Israel, you're not getting a dime of my money. It also contains a whopping 239 milligrams of potassium in its most natural form for every 400 milligrams of sodium. That's much more potassium than leading electrolyte supplements such as Relight and LMNT. This product is extracted from Catalonia, Spain. It is ground with a stone mill without adding any additives. As far as the flavor and texture goes on it, I would describe it as being very similar to Redmond Real Salt for a couple reasons. The flavor has like a bit more of a tangier taste though than Redmond, but the texture is very, very similar to Redmond and to like pink Himalayan type salts. I've had pink I've had pink cave salt every single day for the last 2 years since Celtic Sea Salt sponsored my last bodybuilding competition. Forever grateful for that. I've had Baja Gold Salt every day since Michael and I recorded a couple months ago, informing of their when he informed me of their outstanding trace mineral profile. We've been super happy with both those products ever since. So both salts are in stock on our website, supersetyourlife.com. Your discount code is K is for potassium. Just like it sounds. Yeah. So the letter K and then the letter IS, the number 4, potassium, just like it sounds. I'll put a link to that in the description of this video. I hope that my science teacher would be proud that I remembered that. So your discount code K is for potassium will save you 15% if you buy 5 or more packages at a time. God bless. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next video.